doctor's, he hasn't gotten out yet.
Okay. Mr. Wallace, if you'd like to introduce your students.
Sure, absolutely. So we've got a great crew, got Jaden, Alexis, and Bo. Looking for you tonight from Waysville High School, Plato High School, and Richardson High School.
Okay, we do have a consent agenda this evening. Treasurer's report, approval of minutes September 10th, and approved payment of the bills. If we can have the treasurer's report, please.
Yep. Treasurer's report, October 1st, 2024. We have $499,274.66 in payable checks. 85% of those payable checks are for major vendors in the amount of $369,518.90. Payroll, ACH, for September 27, 2024, to include Social Security and Medicare taxes, $160,156.68. We have 2 monthly bond payments totaling $48,446.25. Grand total, payable checks, payroll, bond payments, $707,877.59.
Okay, get a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Make the motion.
John makes a motion, Michael seconds. Clarification, discussion, call roll.
Glenn?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
John?
Yes. Thank you. We got some old and new business. 3-1 is an ordinance approving the execution modification number for existing contract with Fort Leonard. Anita, you want to tell them about that?
This is for an extension. We're allowed so many renewals on the lease, and this is for the first renewal on it, option.
Okay. Okay, read it as a bill, please.
Bill number 24083, an ordinance approving the execution of modification number B9, or whatever that number is, I forgot my.
W911S7-23-P-00005, P00003.
To the existing contract between the City of St. Robert, Missouri and the United States of America regarding the provision of city transfer services to the Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Get a motion on the first reading. Glenn makes a motion, James seconds. Clarification, discussion, call the roll.
Glenn?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Walter?
Vote
Yes.
glasses.
James?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Okay, second reading.
A ordinance approving bill number 24083. An ordinance approving the execution of modification of
W911S7-23-P-00005, P00003.
to the existing contract between the City of St. Robert, Missouri and the United States of America regarding the provision of transfer station services to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Get a motion on the second reading. Linda makes a motion. James seconds. Clarification, discussion, call the roll.
Glenn?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Walter?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
John?
Yes. Okay, ordinance, please.
Ordinance number 4092, an ordinance approving the execution of modification number W911S7-23-P-0005, P00003, to the existing contract between the City of St. Robert, Missouri and the United States of America regarding the provision of transfer station services to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Okay, get a motion on the reading of the ordinance. Glenn makes a motion, Walter seconds. Clarification, discussion, call the roll.
Glenn?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Walter?
Oh, there's Susan.
Susan? I'm sorry, James?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
John?
Yes. Susan?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, moving right along. Do we have the ordinance of 3.2?
No,
3.3?
I thought Tice was bringing them with him.
I don't know what we're doing with those
Those are the leases for the trucks.
I don't know, Mike was supposed to give them to me.
Okay, so we need to hold those off, okay?
Yes, we did not get the lease purchase agreements from the bank yet.
Okay, we'll do it the second week in October.
I don't remember talking about those at a wage finance meeting. Does anybody else?
They were on the budget, they're in the budget.
Well, I
They're
think
already
they still,
They're already budgeted.
We did discuss those then at the last wage and finance meeting.
the only thing I remember discussing is the street sweeper.
Steve, you remember you brought the,
Yeah,
they went to committee?
yeah, sludge truck was budgeted, and then they had me add the plow truck in there.
Okay. Okay. Okay, next committee meetings, wage finance, when do you want to have finance again?
I don't, you guys tell me.
You're gonna have to go over the budget, finishing out this year, rounding it up.
Okay.
We're
Our
gonna
next,
need one probably in the next 2 weeks.
I can do it anytime,
next week,
anytime.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, Public Works.
Next week when? Do you know, or?
Let me get a calendar.
Well, we've got, I know P and Z's meeting next week too.
P and Z's work meeting tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The 8th or 9th, Tuesday or Wednesday?
I'm sorry,
You want Tuesday or Wednesday? The 8th or the 9th?
Wednesday's better,
Okay, 9th?
4:30.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Public Works, anything?
No.
Emergency Services,
What?
nobody here?
Haven't heard.
Yeah, he wants to do those officers. You say 4:30? Maybe one.
Yeah.
Or Wednesday night.
Yeah, he was just telling me everything. And he wants to reorganize and move somebody up to lieutenant and lieutenant. Okay, Park Committee? Anything? No?
Daryl needs to know that we're having that trunk or treat. Does he know that? So he can put it on his page, report that.
And it's all over Facebook and out there everywhere.
Yeah, they're advertising.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Deputy City Clerk Finance, Fred.
We've got the new bookkeeper working, she's diligently working on bank rec, and then, we have, as long as everything goes well, we'll have the utility billing clerk hopefully start in the next 2 weeks. As long as all the background checks and everything come in. We are currently sitting at, 1.2,
Okay, with both counts?
both counts.
Okay.
So the end of this week, first part of next week, we'll start seeing the tax revenues come in.
Okay.
And then at the end of this month, we'll have our big bonds coming out that's due. We'll be paying out, probably close to $700,000-800,000.
Which bond is that?
It's on the municipal center, the pool, the prop, and,
Yeah, but that money comes out of security bank in a separate account.
yeah.
Yep, okay. Okay, yeah, there's money in there. It's only 400,000.
Okay.
Okay, Human Resources, Dana? What?
We hired
I'm not down there yet.
a utility billing clerk, like Fred mentioned. We're waiting to get the
Oh, yeah?
paperwork back. We hired a driver laborer for the transfer station, and also a
That's what I
driver laborer for the street department. We'll be interviewing 2 police officers this week. Both have prior law enforcement experience. So that leaves us 7 police officer positions open.
Wow.
2 transfer station CDL driver laborer positions, and 1 CDL driver laborer for the street departments.
Yeah, I need to see that thing because I don't think you're set.
I was gonna say, I have a question. Does that mean we're down 7 police officers from what we normally have?
It's not police
Or we're just
officers, I
hiring-
don't believe.
Or just hiring additional?
From my understanding, some of those were additional. I spoke to Currington before the meeting, and he gave me that number, so I can definitely get clarification from him.
Yeah, it's not on the manning chart. We're going to do that first. Okay.
Is that something we need to do at that meeting on the 9th?
Yeah. Well, your finance, your HR, yeah, you do. Okay. Well, emergency services needs to talk about it too. Okay. Anything else, Dana?
No, that's it, sir.
Okay. Steve?
A few things to pass along here. We've been installing the utilities over here for the new higher education building on Marshall. Still have a few things to finish up over there, kind of waiting on contractor to go through that. There was about 5 of us that went through the FAA training for the Fort Leonard Wood Airport, so we got certified in that, so we can be out on the runway. We're starting that.
That's a street sweeper or sweeper?
Yeah, we're starting that this month, so we haven't, they're telling us that we can actually sweep the runway during the day, so like in the morning, so we don't have to do it in the nighttime like we have to sweep the rest of it, so that'll be a plus. Also been working on operator worksheets for that and billing sheets that we're gonna have to use as we're going through all of that stuff too. They have 2 more sections of concrete to pour at the Neon Park. I think one's for a pod and maybe 1 or 2 sections for the remaining sidewalk. Then the concrete work will pretty much be done.
They got all the sidewalk in already?
Almost all of it, just a few sections left. Materials in for the transfer station. That's for all bringing all those pipes out from underneath the floor out the front door and running it, because it was all busted underneath. So I think they're planning on getting started on that like Monday of next week. So
Are they gonna be able to work on it? How are they gonna?
yeah, they're gonna do a lot of the outside stuff first, and then they've been talking with Ricky. We had a meeting over there today to kind of figure out what days we can actually get in there.
Yeah, he's got 60 tons left on the floor today.
Yeah, no, they're gonna try to do half and half, so we can keep half the floor open each time.
Okay.
As they're doing. The skate park, the cracks in it, they had cut those out and filled them in. The material that they used did not hold good, so they're cutting them out again and using a different type of material. So hopefully this will actually hold this time. And I guess here in the next few days we'll be ordering our winter road salt. So it's that time of year.
Real quick, Steve, with the new water treatment facility that you're getting man or you already man, is that right? Have you got all your training up to speed on your water treatment folks to run that facility?
Oh, you mean the wastewater?
The wastewater, I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah.
All your training?
Of course, Larry's chief operator. We've got a few backups here, but just a laborer that's down there with him.
But all your training for those folks are up to speed to operate it?
We're going, the end of this month, we'll be going to the lake to get our hours for our certification.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Steve. Don? Nothing. Did you find out about that iPad? Is that the city's or mine?
Cities.
It is, okay. Good. Glad I found it. It was in the house. I thought I turned it in. Okay, Ricky? Not here?
Ricky's not here, his daughter's getting married over the weekend and they had rehearsal dinner tonight. He did ask me to tell you all that the transfer station, they met with the engineer today on the tipping floor repair and they'll start next Monday on it.
Okay. Charles, we got a letter from him. He supports Travis. Travis tonight. Mark?
Travis and Charles are actually both gone today coaching soccer for WSR Sports. So that's where they're at tonight. We were short on coaches, so they volunteered to do that for their kids. So that's where they're at this tonight. For the RV park, Total reservations year-to-date, $170,937.55. Last 3 months, we've been running a 95% occupancy rate. We've had $76,000 plus in reservations the last 3 months. That's going well. You guys have Charles' report. We're just hitting the highlights of that. Trunk or treat is October 26th from 5 until 8. The city will be doing trick or treating on Halloween night from 5 to 8. So we'll be putting that information out here soon, with it being the 1st of October. What else? Pumpkin Pete scavenger hunt is going on again this year. Last year was the first year he did that. He's got some pumpkins cut out and he hides them in the park. And then kids find them, they bring it to the pool, and they get a special treat for finding them. Then he goes and rehides them again. Last year they were found and then they were hijacked for a little while. They did not get taken back to the pool. So hopefully it turns out a little bit better this year as he's trying to do these fun activities for them. He does have Landmark Aquatics scheduled to come and winterize the pool. Show them how to do it. That way he makes sure that there are no cracks, no freezes, nothing like that. And we have a good season next year. Swim lessons are back up and going. He had the ADA swing that needed to be replaced in Plattner. And for youth sports, they are having soccer right now, and they're signing up for basketball as well as cheer. So that's all I have at this time. I'll entertain any questions if you have any.
Tice?
Thank you.
Open? Nothing? Anita?
Well, we've got a short presentation, Mayor. Alderman Breckenridge, if you'd come down a minute.
Oh,
Maybe if you get on
Okay.
the side of
I think I know what this is.
congratulations.
I think I know what this is.
Yeah.
You sent it to, yeah, okay.
Alderman Breckenridge received his certified municipal official certification through the Municipal Governance Institute.
Nice, awesome.
So congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Anita?
Yes, a few things. We received our TAP award on the sidewalks, and they have approved MAGI as the contractor, and they're getting everything lined out to start work, so MoDOT's approved that. MERM, they're still interviewing people. They'll be here October 7th and 8th in the council room, in the glass room, from 8 to 4 interviewing. October the 10th from 10 to 1, Lowe's is having a police and fire set up outside of Lowe's, and they'll be donating 100 fire alarms to the fire station for them coming, so that's nice.
Smoke detectors.
International students will be here October the 8th at 10:30, and they'll do a short tour of City Hall, the museum. We'll talk to them about fourth-class cities, and the fire department will come up with a fire truck, and they'll get to look at that. P&Z is tomorrow at 5 o'clock. They're going to look at Carmel Valley Way, the street. They've completed what needed to be done for us to accept it. The Neon Park, we met, and we're working on our shields for the signs. And if you look, you'll see we've got a little bigger sign we decided on than the little one. Some of it has a little more verbiage. Some will be big ones and some will be small ones. So we have that going on. Also, just a reminder, I'll pass these out, to sign up for emergency alerts through our county emergency management. Tomorrow from 8 to 5, there's free flu shots down at Lincoln University. COMC and the nurses training is working on that. Missouri Department of Economic Development has been working on their community economic development plan for the coming year, so here's a rough draft. If y'all want to look at that, it's got some good information in it for you. Mhm. So that's all I've got, Mayor.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This thing, is this the same one from last year? This same one?
Yes, it's the same one from last year.
This agenda thing is going back to number 4, comments by Alderman, starting with Glenn.
It's all one now.
Okay.
Linda.
Linda. Old timers, you see.
Susan's on there, Mayor.
Yeah.
I want to thank Steve for putting a bench in the park. His people put a bench in the park. I'd like to have just some kind of just a little cover over it, like you see the bus stop or something, for like shade, maybe someday. Just keep it as a maybe someday thing. And I see they're moving those trailers out.
Yeah.
Big improvement.
Okay. Walter?
Nothing at this time. The neighborhoods are looking good. We appreciate it.
James?
Yeah, just a couple quick things. A few of us on the council and a few in the audience participated in the Retiree Appreciation Day dinner that was hosted by the Fort Leonard Wood Retiree Council. Phenomenal event. A record 188 people attended the event or paid to attend the event. Not everybody was able to show up, but record number RSVPs and paid. So that was a phenomenal evening. One of the great things is that a local business here in the community was able to step up and provide the veteran their meal for free. And in the past, it's always been $20 or $20 per person. But this business stepped up, wanted to support, and they paid for every single veteran's meal for that night. Was a pretty substantial cost, but it was a phenomenal event. Secondly, I just wanted to kind of throw out there for the combination of Waynesville, St. Robert, the holiday block leave salute to the season. So there are members in the community that are forming this or have formed a committee to do the holiday block leave salute to the season. And for those that don't know, approximately 250 to 300 service members from Fort Leonard Wood can't go home during the Christmas holidays. And last year we did our inaugural one for Waynesville, St. Robert, a big one, and we're going to do it again at the same place. And so that committee meeting is happening tomorrow. And so I just wanted to throw that out there to everybody that the communities are joining together to make sure that the service members on post have a place, even though they can't go home. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
But do you mean that they're to be invited to people's homes for the holidays?
No, that's
or?
illegal. They can't do that. So what we do is the place that used to be called Storybook Moments is now called This Place for You. Please, if I mispronounced it, I apologize, but I believe that's the new name of Storybook. The new owners have agreed to host the service members again, and they get treated to games, activities, a free meal, and this year we're doing trivia night and bingo for them as well. So unfortunately, just regulation-wise, since they're in trainee status, they are unable to go to people's homes, unlike a regular Fort, like let's say Fort Leonard or Fort Hood or Fort Cavasso, excuse me. That's a whole different story because they're not in training status. So. But this is a really good way because they have supervision by the drill sergeants.
Yeah.
And it was a phenomenal event last year, even though it was the inaugural one. And a lot of people in the community stepped up to help out, and so this year is just going to be even better. That's all I have. Thank you.
That's good.
John?
Yeah, just a couple of pro tem activities I was involved in. September 11th, we went to the Chamber monthly luncheon. There were no updates. It was a great opportunity of networking within the business community. September 26th, I had the opportunity, along with my wife, to attend the MP Ball. Ooh, what a great time with our MP friends. That's it for those activities. I have one question, though. The intersection over by Mobile, where you turn to go to Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
Yeah, coming out of that, from the mobile, if you're coming from the mobile, they did some striping at the intersection. But they have again missed this area coming out of mobile where you turn right. And there's no dividing line between those lanes, there's a yield sign, I don't even know if there's a yield
It's
sign.
not a yield sign, it's a merge.
Yeah, you just come in and there's all kinds of confusion that occur at that intersection.
Yeah, Steve's gonna take a look at it.
Yeah, I'll call them and tell them they're not very responsive on painting, repainting, or painting any lines.
Yeah, the problem, Steve, is, and I brought this up in a meeting before, is that somebody is gonna be doing that turn that knows that they don't have to yield and they're going to get into an accident. That, it's gonna happen if it hasn't happened already, because
It's
people
supposed to be
like,
a solid line.
it should be a solid line for about 50 feet, maybe 75 feet, to where the people that are coming straight or headed south know that they cannot merge over to the right. Either that or those pylons, right, Steve, the ones that are anchored into the ground to kind of keep people from funneling left or right, so.
We've talked with MoDOT.
Yeah.
A lot of times they won't paint it, but they won't allow us to paint it either.
I know.
So I will.
It is definitely a safety hazard.
Check
if you
into
wanna-
it and let me know what they say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a safety hazard.
Okay,
That's all I have.
okay, thank you, John. Okay, the next regular Board of Aldermen meeting will be October 22nd, 2024 at 5 p.m. The meeting is being closed pursuant to Missouri Law, Chapter 610-021 to include Section 1 legal, Section 2 real estate, Section 3 personnel. Tice, I'm assuming you have closed session stuff, right? Tice got closed session stuff? We need to go into closed?
Tice.
That's all right, Anita, we're waiting. Tice, you got anything for closed?
Just information that really not necessary.
Okay, so we don't need a closed session.
Maybe, maybe we need to tell some folks about 5 minutes.
Okay, okay, get a motion to go into closed.
motion.
James makes a motion, Linda seconds. Clarification, discussion, call roll.
Lynn?
Yes.
Frank, thanks for
Susan?
coming.
I'll be able to see you 3 days. Thanks.
Linda? Yes. Walter?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Linda seconds. Okay.